Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In Yoga Vasishta, there is a long story, and the story is told by the ayah, the maidservant to the prince, small kids in a royal family. And the children are very interested to listen some story before going to sleep. So every day, where from to bring the story? But the children won't sleep without the story. So she was making something, and then the child will go to sleep and forget about it. Based on this principle, you can move little this side, Amma, so I can see you fully. No, the one who is behind the frame. So now you can't sleep. Prem can move little bit. Bas. So, based on this principle, the great Maharashtrian saint Eknath Maharaj, he has written a very beautiful composition. And I'll tell you that in short. And when you listen to that, you'll get mad. The composition is, on the tip of the thorn, there were 3 villages. On the tip of the thorn, there were 3 villages. 2 were barren, and in one there was nobody living. And there were 3 pot makers, and 2 were dead, and one was never born. Okay, then what happened? They made 3 pots out of clay, and 2 were never roasted, and one was kacha. And then they carried those pots for selling in the market. On the way, they came across 3 rivers. 2 were dry, like the Los Angeles River, and one had no water. And after they went to the market for marketing their stuff, they sold it. They got 3 rupees. 2 were fake and one was useless. To understand, when we take these kind of characters in our scriptures, another character I'll tell you, Draupadi ji. Draupadi ji was born out of a Yajna Kunda. See, you take Pandavas, they were born to Kunti by the Mantra Shakti. Take one by one. And then they are the avatar. They are descending in this world. And we fall in the area where we have to ascend. See, and therefore their method of teaching is different. And our method of teaching is different. Like, the great Mahatmas like Shri Sai Baba. I read every day one chapter of his Pothi as a routine. And there you see many chamatkar. And we get awestruck. How it happened. And majority of us are interested only fulfilling our desires. We don't want the truth. See, when we come to the Lord, do we say to the Lord, "Oh Lord, other than you, I want nothing"? So as we go to somebody to get favor, to fulfill our desires, in the same manner, such great masters, they have got all siddhis because they are descending from the higher to the lower level. So they can fulfill our desires. And among them, when somebody approaches them, then they don't want anything from this world, sir. We want to know the truth, nothing else. To such seekers, the same masters also indicate the path. But their method of communication is totally different. Now, how it is, one example I'll tell you from Gita only. Bhagavan Krishna and Arjuna were together for years together, not once in a while. Throughout his life, Arjuna never asked about the truth. He was all the time busy in acquiring the powers so that he can fight out with the Kauravas. He was never concerned about his spiritual evolution. And then Bhagavan Krishna created a situation. Siddha Mahatmas don't tell this is A, this is B, this is C. They create a situation and make you learn. So what Bhagavan Krishna did, when Arjuna came to the battlefield, he was full of arrogance, of success, and the bitterness of vengeance. Two negative qualities. Because he was always successful, he became arrogant. Friends, one may be able to stand to the failure, but a perpetual success is difficult to digest. One gets carried away by that. And the arrogance comes. And therefore, when Arjuna said to Bhagavan Krishna, Sena yor ubayor madhya ratham stapaya mechuta, and for what? I want to see who are those guys who dare fight with me. And he was bitter towards the Kauravas. When these two things happened, Bhagavan Krishna thought, this is the time he must be instructed for something higher. See? And what Bhagavan Krishna did, he created a situation. Just imagine how he created. If Bhagavan Krishna has taken the chariot and placed it in front of Duryodhan Dushasan, Arjuna will never ask any question. But then what he did? Bhishma Drona Pramukataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Vacha Partha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kurudhi. Leaving all the places on the battlefield, he took the chariot of Arjuna in front of Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, and didn't keep his mouth shut. If he keeps mouth shut, he is not Krishna. So what he did, he told Arjuna, you want to know with whom you have to fight? You have to fight with your nears and dears. And Arjuna becomes nonplussed. He gets confused. He gets frustrated. Then only that is the right time for the cataract operation. When we go to the doctors, what they say, now it is not time to operate it. Let it become mature. Friends, every event in our life is an indication to turn the direction of our life. But we are unable to get that message. Like, suppose I got toothache. Now that toothache is not given me for troubling or torturing. It is an indication. It is an indication that there is something wrong with my tooth. Take care. If this is understood, exactly the same way, when something goes wrong somewhere in our life, we start complaining to the Lord. Instead of that, find out, hey, who is troubled? Who is miserable? And this is the beginning of spiritual life. First chapter tells us our problem is identity crisis. We don't know who we are. We have been living only in the relative world. And we have taken the possessions and relations as the ultimate reality. To bring us out of that, Bhagavan Krishna created a situation before Arjuna. And then he had a problem. Whether he is a disciple to Dronacharya, a grandson to Bhishmacharya, or a brother to brothers, or he is a warrior on the battlefield. Now apply this. We are sitting over here. At this moment, I am supposed to be the speaker, Vakta, and you are supposed to be Shrota, the listener. But are we remaining Shrota or Sota? Are we remaining Shrota or Sarota? And are we remaining here all the time? Now and then the mind runs here and there because we are not able to remain only as a listener during the whole course of the talk. Exactly this is the problem. And this problem comes only because we forget what for we are here. We have come all the way struggling, getting lift or getting dropped, and we come over here and sit down. Oh, I have reached. No, you have come for this purpose. No, be 100% fully attentive. See, once in a management conference, I conducted this experiment. I told all necktie-dhari people sitting, I said, hey, we'll have one game. I called one random person and told him some stupid topic to talk. They all educated CEO, 5-digit salaries. And to them, I told a very stupid topic. Okay, sir, you talk for 3 minutes on cow. And he, cow? Cow. And he kept on doing cow, 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 cow. And the whole audience was laughing. I don't know what to talk on cow. That was his lecture. And ultimately, he said, you are making fun of us. I am not going to talk. And went away. So we all clapped. Then the second person. The second person, I gave him a topic. The application of Einstein's theory of relativity in marketing strategy. He became more wild. What to talk on that? I don't know what is this your Einstein and what is this. He started. And he also went away. I said, our experiment over. Now let us learn. We were given only 3 minutes. And these 3 minutes we could not utilize properly in our life. Can we utilize our total life properly? See, friends, what I am telling you, a different vision of Bhagavad Gita. We all have two factors common. One is we have got finite time at our disposal, and we have got infinite potentiality at our disposal. How we utilize our infinite potentiality to the best within the finite time. This mathematics is Bhagavad Gita. See, nobody can help us. Like, now look at me, don't look there. There's nothing to look there. Just now I told, we can't focus our mind even 2 seconds. When you look here and there, I feel jealous. Look only at me, not anywhere here and there. See, friends, such a simple thing we can't do. And then we can do what? Complain. Whenever I sit by doing japa, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, my mind runs here and there. What should I do? You have trained your mind like that. We have to train everything. And mind is such a beautiful instrument. It can be made into any habit if you work with sincerity. Like I tell you my example, I get up morning and have, after finishing my prayers and all that, I want to have a cup of tea. So morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock, my mind starts japa. Tea, 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 tea. Without a reminder. And this I did only 3-4 times. Now it is happening automatically. Exactly the same thing. Bhagavad Gita tells us, learn to be focused on what for we are here. What for Arjuna was on the battlefield? For crying? For complaining? For getting frustrated? He was on the battlefield for a war to win. In the same manner, we are in this world for 4 things. In the worldly life, we must follow dharma, artha, kam, 3. If you are in the worldly life, do hard work, be prosperous, earn a lot of wealth, be affluent, work hard, artha. And then fulfill your dreams. Those who are able to dream during the day, they grow in their life. And those who dream only at night, they go nowhere. That is artha and kam. But when these 2 things we are doing, we must have control over ourselves. Otherwise, like the road rage, we will destroy ourselves. And therefore, dharma comes. So, our life becomes properly disciplined, prosperous, and all our dreams are fulfilled. To have a dream, let me have a nice car, very good. Let me have a beautiful, huge, wonderful house, very good. But work for that. These 3 dreams, dharma, artha, kama, that will keep us properly, healthy, happy in this world. But after that, what next? See, now most of you are well settled in life. You have your houses, you have got children, got married, everything is there. Now, blah, blah, blah. So you know what to do. Eat my head. What to do? See, friends, we must have something higher the goal, lower problems drop. And for that purpose, there is only one way. We have to change our vision. Bhagavad Gita is studied for changing the vision. The rule is very simple. When the vision changes, perceptions change. When perceptions change, our interaction changes. When our interactions change, our experiences change. And when our experiences change, our life changes. How do we interact with the world is determined by what is the vision. See, if the vision is very clear, things will be totally different. Like we move to so many places. A common question, because Swamiji, you go to so many places, which is the place you like the best? Now, wherever I am, for example, now I am in LA. So what I will, if I am wise, what I will say, I tell you, of all the places, LA is the best. Why? Because I am here. So what is the message? Message is, if you are at home, at peace, wherever you are, whenever you are, and whatever you are, you have learned all spirituality. But for us, old people, जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन, वो भी गए भाड़ में तुम भी जाओ. We don't want to live in the present. and keep on comparing the things, comparing the events, comparing the traditions, and thus we are shattered in pieces. And therefore, Bhagavad Gita gives us a vision. In Bhagavad Gita at the end, Bhagavan Krishna has told one very beautiful message. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. Give up everything, come to me, I shall free you from all the problems of life. Don't worry. When this is said, that give up everything, now find out what is ours. We'll come to know there is nothing that is ours in this world. Starting from our own body onwards. Then we don't have to give up anything. No. We have something. Find out what is ours. There are 4 things which are our own. One is wrong notion about the world. Wrong notion about ourselves, who we are. Wrong notion about God. Wrong notion about spiritual practice. These wrong notions are to be given up. That is the purpose of study of Bhagavad Gita. And therefore, as we told you, we will give you a different approach to Bhagavad Gita. 15th chapter. These things are discussed very beautifully in this chapter. First 3-4 verses, the teacher talks about what the world is. Urdhva moolamadasyakam ashvatham prahuravyam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavid adashchordhvam prasruta tasya shakha guda pravruddha vishaya pravala adascha moolanyanu santatani karamanubandhini manushya loke. This is the world. This mantra has its source in Kathopanishad. In Kathopanishad, the mantra is told by Yamaraj to Nachiket. Urdhvamul avakshakaha eshaha ashvatha sanatanaha. Same topic, same way. So, this world is what? Urdhvamulam adashakam ashvatham. Ashwatha means a banyan tree. And what is the beauty of this tree? These are the very subtle points. This falls in the purview of the fig trees. This is the only tree whose seeds never germinate. If you take the fruits of this banyan tree or peepal tree, dry them, take out the seeds and sow, they will never germinate. But then how the trees come? When the fruits are eaten by the birds, and then the fruits and the seeds go through the GI tract of the bird and it is thrown out of their fecal material, only such seeds germinate. If this is clear, only a man or only a woman cannot have samsara. Only electricity or only bulb cannot have light. To have the light, both these things are required. Purusha and Prakriti. How simple things are there. Ashwatha. The second meaning of Ashwatha is Shva means tomorrow. Means not. Stha means remains. That which doesn't remain tomorrow the same as it is today is called as Ashwatha. And this tree is very peculiar. Normally tree is what? Roots are below and the tree grows up. But here it is the other way around. As if this tree has done a Shirshasana. Urdhva moolam adashakam. Friends, when we study scriptures, the method is different. Like for every subject, it has got its own way of studies. Because we know English, some kids ask me question just to play fool with me. Swamiji, you know everything. tell us why Shivji and Parvatiji could not learn computer. Now what reply can I give? I said, come on, I don't know. Swamiji, you don't know anything? It's so simple. I said, what simple? Ganeshji took the mouse. Now the word mouse is common. Spelling is common. But will you use, oh, get the mouse? So you'll go and catch a mouse and bring to the teacher. No. So every subject has its vocabulary and understanding different. In the same manner, when we study scriptures, studying scripture is like what? One example will make it clear. I am looking at the book. I am looking at the book. But when I am in front of the mirror, I don't look at the mirror. I look in the mirror. See the difference? And then I don't look at the reflection. I look at myself. Scriptures are studied in this manner. We are studying something here, but it must start happening here. See? Unless this vision is developed, study of scriptures will not mean anything. We will become at the most erudite scholars and academic. The one example I had told number of times, just to protect ourselves from the wrong approach. One gentleman came from India, somewhere in, I think New Jersey or somewhere. And somewhere I was called for lunch. I went, 20-25 people. And then we were sitting and they said, Swamiji, please give us a talk on Gita. I said, come on, you can't ask me to come for lunch. No Gita, only food. So then they introduced. No, he is so and so, he has come from India and he taught us Gita for last 6 months. I said, okay, then I'll hear from him. Then he said, Swamiji, I want you to talk on 2nd chapter of Gita. Gambhirananda. And he was their guest, so I had to respect him. So I spoke 2nd chapter, 1 hour, Kallas. Then question answers. And I told, I never have this question answer. No, please, one question at least. So again I had to submit. Nobody listens to us. We have to listen to everybody. Then he asked me this question. How many verses are attributed to Dhritarashtra, Sanjay, Arjun and Bhagwan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita? After studying Bhagavad Gita, this was the question. Then I invoke my Guru. I told you number of times, who is my Guru, you know? All the NRI children, they are my Guru. You ask any NRI child, hey, after 10th standard, what you want to study further? Like we have in Gayatri Mantra, we add first 3 Vyavritis. Om, Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. And then the Gayatri Mantra begins. In the same manner, our American NRI children, you ask them anything, they will invoke the Vyavritis. A, U, E, and the mantra comes. I don't know. It is such a powerful mantra. So when that old man asked me this question, how many verses attributed to whom? I immediately, Guru Maharaj, please save me. Then Guru Maharaj came in me. And then I said, U, E, I don't know. You don't know? I said, no, I don't know. How it is possible? I said, everything is possible. Then I told him, okay, I'll tell you. I said, when I tell you, don't question further. Yes. One verse attributed to Dhritarashtra. After listening the whole Bhagavad Gita, what happened to Dhritarashtra? Nowhere it is mentioned. See? We have studied whole Bhagavad Gita. And what we understood? How many verses are to whom? See? because it is academic. It is not subjective. Then I said, okay. Then 0 verses to Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Not a single verse was told by Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Then he virtually jumped out of his skin. What? I said, yes. How can you say like that? Show me your Bhagavad Gita. The similar type of Gita praise book is. I said, show where it is written. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Show. Or Sri Bhagavan Krishna Vacha. He said, Bhagavan Vacha, that is Bhagavan Krishna. I said, no. Bhagavan Krishna did not speak Gita. Bhagavan himself tells, Ajopi sannam vayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavamyatma mayaya. Although unborn, Krishna was born. See, there is Krishna Janmashtami. There is no Brahma Janmashtami. See, my friends, why this happens? Because we are academic. Scriptures are studied like we look into the mirror. Now take this verse. Urdhva moola madashakam ashwatam prauravyam. So when you look at the tree, outside banyan tree, everything fits in that. But that is not the purpose. Purpose is let it become subjective. Now how to make it subjective? Again, see in the world and learn. Plants eat from below, grow upwards. Animals eat from the front, grow backwards. Human beings eat from above and grow downwards. So this is the story of not the tree outside. This is our story. Urdhva moolam, we eat from above. Adhashakam, we start growing first vertically, and when we hit the ceiling, we start growing horizontally. And Ashwatham, constantly changing. Now see the understanding? We are all living only as the body. And thereafter whole life is living as the body, for the body, on everybody. But once we understand this principle, that this is just a place for us to stay. This is not our own, this is not me. See? Therefore, this verse tells us the new vision. We are only the inhabitant in this body, Dehi, and not the Deha, not the body. Even if you take this simple principle, see what happens. Again, he will tell in the 15th verse. The day this is accepted by us theoretically. One example will make it clear. Just as an example, I was staying in some place and then I sold out that house. I took all my belongings and went. And nobody knew about it. And then something happened to whom I have sold the house. He might have done something or whatever. The whole house was on fire. Everything was reduced to ashes. And all the people knew it was my house. So I kept on getting phone calls. Swamiji, we have heard it. We have seen the video also. Your house is completely burnt to ashes. We are so sorry. I became wise. No, the world is constantly changing. Why? Because I was not in that house. See? Therefore, Urdhva Moola Madashakam, these are the Shakha branches. Ashwatham, Prahu, Avyayam. And this is a common story. It is always like that. There is nothing new. Now, next step. We have no experience of our birth, we have no experience of our growth, we have no experience of our death, and we have no experience of our absence. On what ground we celebrate happy birthday to you? Nobody has the experience. Somebody tells you were born on 31st of April. See? And we continue to be 31 times full. See, friends, who has seen? The mother doesn't know what time the baby was delivered. The nurse doesn't know because she is not interested. The baby doesn't know. Nobody knows. And once I asked one nurse in the hospital, I said, "Hey, Mama, you tell me, how do you tell exactly the time of birth of a child?" Because none of the child's birth you will see has a round figure, born at 12 o'clock, even if he is a Sardarji. See? You never get. I said, what is the reason? He said, Swamiji, you are right. I'll tell you the truth. Yes. If we tell the people round figure, somebody is born at 8 o'clock, nobody believes us. Then we have to tell, oh, the child was born 7:39. Bluff of the highest order. See? Ajopi sannavayatma. Although we are unborn, unchanging, therefore, urdhvamulamadasyakam avyayam pravravyam, then chandamsi yasya parnani. Now, this tree, any tree you take, the tree looks beautiful only if it has got leaves. If a tree has got flowers or no flowers, doesn't matter. If the tree has got the fruits or no fruits, doesn't matter. But if a tree doesn't have leaves, it looks very ugly and dead. In the same manner, the tree of our life, Chandamsi means the scriptures, Vedas. What should be the leaves of this tree of our human body? The scriptural studies. See, friends, we want to know everything, but what is important, that we don't want to know. And if somebody wants to know, they don't want to go to the teacher. Another example I'll tell you. There was one lady, I don't know where is she now. She was doing her doctorate on Shatashloki of Bhagwan Shankaracharya, a beautiful grantha. And she used to come to me and Swamiji, what is this, what is that? I used to explain whatever I knew. Finally, she got her PhD. And then she showed me the thesis and degree and everything. Very good. Please convey my pranam to your guru, whosoever has guided you. Swamiji, I have fixed appointment with him. He stays in Bombay and you can go and meet him. I said, all right. I went to meet him. Time was fixed. I went. And after I went, I said, this is the house of Dr. Sandra. Yes, yes. Not even please come in. And from the door itself, he started talking. I have written so many books, I have guided so many students, I have done this thing, this is published from Oxford, this is published from this, continuously talking. And I was standing on the door, not getting inside. Then I asked, may I get inside the house? Yes, yes, come. I have no problem, come in. Again, standing, I started talking. And finally, I sat. And then he said, you are not talking anything? I said, courtesy is when somebody is talking, I should keep quiet. Okay, you talk now. I said, no, I have come to listen. I am so happy that I have seen and met a great wise man. I am so happy. Okay, I want to ask you a question. I said, okay, ask. How to do japa? Then I told him, sir, you have studied scriptures and you know Tat Vijnanatham Guru Meva Vigachet Samit Pani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. You have to be my disciple, then I can tell you. The Upanishad says, I am not telling you. Are you ready to be my disciple? So you are really a great person of wit and humor, isn't it? She told me about you. You are very, very humorous. I said, this time I am serious. Are you ready to be my disciple? Then I tell you how to do japa. Now tell me, you are guided, PhD, this, that, and you don't know how to do japa? Because only academics. Scriptures are not studied for academic achievements. Can you write Padma Bhushan Adi Shankaracharya post-doctorate? Will it look good? Padma Bhushan is for useless people, not for the Mahatmas. See? Therefore, here the teacher says, Chandamsi yasya parnani. He who has studied scriptures in letter and spirit, the quality of his life is totally different. He can never run after these worldly things. Because what we are told, this world is just an illusion. Will we run after the illusions? See? Otherwise, give up everything. You should have dispassion for realization. And after the lecture is over, acha, dakshina nikalo. Sorry. Wherever on the spiritual dais money is spoken, it is a business. Once on management conference, in Baroda, I still remember, they invited me. And I just landed at 1 o'clock by flight, had a nice lunch, slept, evening lecture. And after lecture, went back to Bombay. So they say, Swamiji, you please talk to us on spirituality and business. How can we bring together? I said, my lecture will be over in one line. Make spirituality a business and grow rich. See, friends, to talk something and to live something, words don't carry meaning. See, friends. Therefore, here the teacher says, Chandamsi yasya paranani. Now, those who have understood the import of the scriptures, then what? Yaha tam veda savedavid. He alone has understood the real meaning of the scriptures. Upanishad says, Brahmavid Brahmaiva bhavati. The knower of the reality cannot remain apart from the reality. It's a very simple rule. Where knowing is being is divine experience. Where knowing is not being, it is only erudition and studies. See, I know this is a book, Bhagavad Gita. But I am not Bhagavad Gita. Then it is just a knowledge. Then I know I am. So my being and my knowing is simultaneously. Therefore, if we want to understand what is the meaning of evolution or spiritual realization, this is the meaning. Where knowing and being is one, is God realization. See, to tell you a little technical terms, very simple. Pramana Nirapeksha Anubhuti is God realization. Pramana Sapeksha Anubhuti is samsara. Now, what is the Pramana Nirapeksha Sapeksha? Okay. This is the book. How do you know? Arey Baba, I can see with my eyes. If to a blind person, a book is shown from a distance and asked, what is in my hand? What he will say? I don't know. Because he has no pramana. He has no means of knowledge. But to the same blind person, if I ask, hey, are you there? Of course. How do you know? Through the eyes, through the smell, by licking. No. Our being does not demand any certification. And therefore, stop asking any question about anything. And this you can very easily understand. Before we came to this place, my friend, he was driving the car, frustrated. Oh God, so how long? So how is the LM? Continue, because still not reach the destination. The moment you reach the destination, all questions end. Exactly the same way. Come back to yourself. No question. Before we sleep, 101 questions. After we sleep, others have problems because we have sound sleep. Sound producing sleep. Sound sleep. See, friends. Therefore, this is one of the simplest spiritual practice. Just be. And one day, by God's grace, you'll come to know that every question comes always to somebody. For a nobody, there is no question. See? Yastam Veda Savedavid. He who has discovered this, which is supporting all the changes without undergoing any change. Childhood has come and gone, we are the same. Teenage has come and gone, we are the same. Nobody can have experience that I am growing in age. It is the courtesy of the society. For the first time, when a girl is addressed, Auntie, what is the time? She gets a first shock of life. The second shock we get when somebody calls you, Dadaji, please sit here. Don't call me Dada, call me Uncle. Are Uncle? Budao? Because nobody gets that experience that I am growing. Yaha tam vedet, sa vedavid. He who knows this. Now tell me, how will you know yourself? Take other simple example. With your eyes, you can see the backdrop, beautiful pictures of Bhagwan, and experience where you are. You are away from yourself. Now, from there, lift your vision, come to this table in front of me, stool, and see where are you. And now, see your own eyes by your own eyes. Can you see? You cannot. Because the seer and the seen, they have merged into one. Exactly the same way. When you become unaware of everything around, or in other words, if you start listening to silence, listen silence and tell me how you have heard silence. Friends, when we are listening to silence, what we are actually doing is we are indifferent to the sounds. In the same manner, in being, you remain indifferent to becoming. Being is man, becoming is son. Being is man, becoming is husband. Being is man, becoming is the father. So who is thinking? It is the son, it is the husband, it is the father. Drop all these conditionings. And therefore, how do we recognize that we have reached the destination? When you are not left with any question. Be attentive. When the questions disappear, when the illusion of in and out ends. In deep sleep, the illusion that I am inside the body and the world is outside the body vanishes. Therefore, in deep sleep, where are we? Are we inside the body or outside the body? Are we inside the room or outside the room? Space. Second thing, time. Are we in 2019 or 1947? And are we man or woman, young or old? So time, space and object, all the three parameters dissolve in being. When this happens, will we ever ask this question, when will I come to realize? If you study Panchadashi, there the teacher Vidyananda Swami is so strong. He says, a person who says, I have no tongue in my mouth, can there be more pathetic expression of foolishness? The one who says, I have no tongue in my mouth, is telling lies. And the one who doesn't have tongue in his mouth, he will never talk. In the same manner, who has the doubt about one's own being? And we say, when I will realize, Are yaar, when are you not realize? This is you. And this experience is nothing but like the space is common for all of us. The water is common for all of us. The air is common for all of us. Similarly, the mind is common for all of us. The consciousness is common for all of us. And therefore, our experience is the same. At this moment, what is my experience is your experience. But if you are looking through your eyes, then my experience will be different from your experience. Your experience is you are looking at me. My experience is I am looking at you. Our worlds are different. But when we drop all the faculties, like this, now tell me, what meditation will you do? Yaha tam veda sa vedavid. Now continuing further, adashchodam prasrutra tasya shaka guna pravruddha vishaya pravala adasya mulanya anusantatani karmanubandhini manushya loke. Now when you take this whole world, Chaturdasha Bhuvanani, 14 worlds. So adascha urdhvam prasruta tasya shakha. Now, from the relative standpoint, we'll try to understand. In 14th chapter, Bhagavan has told us, ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्ताः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्य गुणवृत्तिस्ताः तमो गच्छन्ति तामसाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः. So these three gunas, mathematics is such a biggest bluff. We get lost in that. And then all the time only, I am a sattva guni, I am not a tamo guni. As if the tamo guna is bad or what? If you cannot invoke the tamo guna, you cannot sleep. If you cannot invoke the rajo guna, you cannot wake up. If you cannot invoke the sattva guna, you cannot understand. Everything is necessary. Nothing is bad and good. We don't know the usage of it. Use it properly, nothing is bad in this world. Therefore, adashordam prasruta tasya shakha. So we are told, first of all, give up the tamo guna, then give up the rajoguna, and then abide in the sattva guna. See? And guna pravruddha, and they are dependent on the type of gunas and vishaya pravala, and they are all attracted toward the worldly objects. And adasya mula nanusantatani karmarubandhi manushaloke. Now, we are human beings. There are three types of yonis. The bhoga yonis are the nimna yoni means all animals, and the deva yonis all enjoyments. Human beings are in between. They have got a choice. Either make their life or mar their life. Animals have no choice. They are born to suffer and die. Once I was in Switzerland, we went to some restaurant, and there were two sweet girls with me, with their parents. We sat on some table, and the parents were finding out, hey, let them go, let us sit here. That very moment, one white lady came with a very short frock and a very small little purse. She kept the purse on the table next to us. From the purse, she took out a small baby doggy. It was so cute. A nice bow was tied and nice clothes put on. And then she kept that dog and told, honey, you are going to sit here, okay? I am getting something for us. And that dumb dog sat there. Indian dog will jump around. So these girls asked me this question. Swamiji, you tell us, if we do something good, we get everything good in life. Now what this dog must have done good? I said, this fellow must have been a Mahatma, a Dharmatma. He must have done a lot of charity. He must have done a lot of donations. He must have done something good. But he was attached to the dogs. And therefore, here you come across, isn't it? So and so died and written the whole property in the name of the dog. And the dog goes there, lifts his leg, and Purnamadaha Purnamidam and goes away. How does it matter for that dog? See? Then this particular dog in the last life must have done everything very goody-goody, but at the time of death, he must have or she must have thought, oh, if I die, what happened to my dog? So the last thought is the blueprint for the next life. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram. And because he has done something good, punya karma, therefore, shuchi nam sri matam gehe. Therefore, this jiva was born in such a rich and comfortable family, no competition for food, and sleeping with the human being in the cuddling way. Ram, Ram. People do that. Those who cannot like human beings, they love dogs. So, different types of birth are indicated, But human being, karmanubandhini manusya loke. But if we are human being, now we have a choice. Either go to dogs or go to gods or bypass both of them and merge in your own being. Thereafter, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, story ends. Come to discover. Not punaragamanaya cha, no. Yad gatva nanivartante tad dhama paramam mama. Bhagavan will say here. Now, after having told such a beautiful story of this world, now Bhagavan Krishna will puncture the balloon. This is the beauty of this Bhagavad Gita, but normally people don't want to explain that point. Now the next point is Narupamasseha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratishta ashvattamenam suvirudha moolam asanga shastrena drudhena chitva. Now whatever rupa, whatever description we are given, narupam asya iha. Iha means vichara kale, iha means when you start thinking properly. Inquire. What will happen? Narupam asya tatha upalabhyate. What we are told about this world is not like that. Hare Ram. Why did he explain so long? And what is that? Nanto na chadir nate sampratishta. There is neither beginning, nor middle, nor end to this world. See? Whether we take ourselves to be Atma, or Jivatma, or body, whatever you take. Bodies are what? See, one day I went to somebody's house and they had a son, very smart. He says, Swami, please come to my room, I want to show you something. So I went to his room, and out of these plastic blocks, he has prepared so many things. A house, a car, a garden, a road, everything. I said, what is the use only seeing that? You are not going to give me anything. Why should I see? No, you ask anything, you take. I said, I don't have a house, give me the house. He said, okay, take it. So when I went to lift, he said, wait, what? I will take out my blocks. Now tell me, when he has taken out the blocks, where the house has gone? Narupamasseha tathopalabhyate. Should we say that the house is broken? It was just a shape. When a garland is broken, remove all the flowers and thread together, keep where the garland has gone. Everything is there. The rule is Sanghatasya paratatvan. Anything which is made out of assembly is not real. Like how Brahmaji created the body, Brahmaji must have learned, or our Bombay Chaupati Bhelpuri wala must have learned from Brahmaji. You go there, they'll be making a cone out of a newspaper, old useless newspaper. And in that they'll be putting the 3-4 things. All mirch, masala, everything. And they will top up with the organic salt. And they'll put something inside and give to you eat. Exactly, Brahmaji did the same thing. In the dona or a katori of space, he added 4 great elements. And then he pumped life in them. And out of the 5 elements, somebody is born. And when the body dies, means what happens? The air goes to the total air, the fire goes to the total fire, the water goes to the total water, earth goes back to the earth, and the space which was occupied by the body, that space is released. Who died? Narupamasseha tathopalabhyate. Where is death? Take yourself to be Jiva. Last life mischief, this life suffering, next life suffering. That means what? You are the same. When we have done something good or bad in the last life, that time this body was not there. And in the next life, if we are suffering, that time also this body will not be there. Body never suffers. It's the Jiva who suffers. So when he was earlier, now and later, where did he die? Get this point, it is so simple, my friends. Like before I came to LA, where I was, Phoenix, no? I was in Phoenix. So when I left Phoenix, Phoenix is dead for me. Before I came to Phoenix, I was in Sedona. When I left Sedona, Sedona dead for me. I am the same. Before coming to Sedona, I was in Dallas. When I left Dallas, Dallas dead for me. When I will leave for San Francisco, LA will be dead for me. I am the same. Is it not? The childhood left. I am the same. The teenage gone. I am the same. Focus attention and awareness on the unchanging principle. See, why we are seeing many things in this hall? Because our attention is not on the space. But without the space, many forms cannot exist. So whenever we are functioning through our sense organs, we will be trained only to see the differences. If eyes have to see, eyes cannot see except the forms. Forms are many. These many forms are supported by the formless space. Eyes cannot see the space. Then what happens? The optical illusion. Oh, the sky is blue. Is the sky blue? Living in this wisdom is called a spiritual life. Na rupamasya tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na sampradishta. It has no pradishta. Then, what to do with such a world? Ashwatthaminam suvirudamulam asanga shastrena dudena chitva. Then, cut this tree asunder by a strong sword of asanga. Asanga means what? Non-attachment. Here also I did a different view. We are talking about 15th chapter. Asanga Shastra. We have no right to destroy anything in this world. Then Asanga means give up everything. No, don't give up anything. Simply find out what is yours. Much more than that. Go and become subjective. Non-attachment is our natural state. Attachment is an illusion. These are things we have to discover. Like my eyes are seeing everything, so many beautiful things. The vision is not attached to any color or any form. The ears can hear all kinds of sounds. Om Namah Shivaya and a barking of a dog. The ears are not attached to any sound. The mind entertains all kinds of thoughts, good and bad. Mind is not attached to any thought. The consciousness supports waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Consciousness is not attached to any one of them. In other words, attachment is an illusion. And when we take the illusions as real, samsara begins. We are not even attached to our own body. Otherwise, we cannot go to sleep. What is going to sleep? Totally unattached to the body. But we continue to exist. Asanga Shastrina Drudena Chidva. We have to be convinced of this. That it is our illusion. I cannot live without this. No, try it. These are the experiments we have to do. Suppose you are very much attached to, let us take sweets. Now start your sadhana. Make a firm resolution. For 1 month, I am not going to eat sweets. And don't eat. First 2-3 days you will have a problem. Afterwards, it becomes normal. And thereafter discover that you are not attached to sweets. And then eat. Discover your freedom. See, friends, it is for this purpose our scriptures advise various vratam. Like in Chaturmas, we are told you should not eat onion, garlic, etc., etc. What for? Because we cannot imagine food can be cooked without onion and garlic. So you don't do it for 4 months. And after that you will come to realize you are still alive, not dead. Therefore, they are not essential for living. In this manner, discover those points of attachment where you feel you cannot live without is a total wrong thing. Discover your freedom. Asanga Shastrina Drudena Chitva. And this asangata, non-attachment, should not be a compromising one. See? No, I have decided that I am not going to eat sweet, but from tomorrow. Hurry. Now means now. See? I'll tell you my example, how it helps. This is how I learn. I take at least 5-6 times tea in a day. Black tea. And I used to add sugar, 3 teaspoonfuls. And once I was in South Africa, and my Amma told me, Swami, if you don't mind, I want to tell you. I said, you don't eat any sweets. Is it not? I said, no, I don't eat sweets. That's my vratam. She said, what kind of vratam you have got? I said, why? In tea, you take 3 teaspoonfuls of sugar and take 6 times a day. So 18 teaspoonfuls of sugar you are eating. And you say you don't eat sweets. I said, Mama, I agree with you. I was wrong. He said, no, I can tell you something. Right? Stop taking sugar in the tea and eat sweets either and there. I said, hey, that's a good idea. Okay, stop it in a day or two. I said, no, not day, now or never. Spiritual practice can never be postponed in life. The truth is now and here. It is not posthumous. So from that very moment I stopped. No sugar in my tea. First 2-3 days, the tongue was crying. I said, shut up. And now if somebody puts sugar, I just can't take it. This freedom, once you discover, the life becomes so simple, friends. See? And this can happen only if we understand that we are not talking about world outside. This is our own story. Our body is the tree. And karmanubandhini, because of our too much involvement of karma, we get attached to this. See? To give up karma means what? Only give up the sense of doership. Because what is karma? Action plus doership is equal to karma. The word is karma phala. Word is not kriya phala. See, when we do the puja here, as you have seen, before doing the puja, the Purohitji tells us, give some rice and some flour and little water, and then we have to take the sankalpa. in this place, in this time, I am the son of so and so, this gotra, that gotra, and amuk amuk karma karishye. After the Kartrutva Abhiman is authenticated, then only the karma happens. If there is no Kartrutva Abhiman, there is no karma phala. So to give up the karma phala means give up this Kartrutva Abhiman. I am doing this. Therefore, naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manneta tattvavit. And when this is understood properly, then you will see success doesn't bloat us and the failure doesn't puncture us. We remain ever the same equanimity. That is the beauty of this understanding. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.